The story of Lee Chaeyeon is not a typical success story. It is a case study on how the K-pop industry attempts to dismantle an artist before they even have a chance to build. The most glaring controversy that defines her career trajectory started on the survival show Produce 48. While the show was marketed as a fair competition where talent determines the lineup, the reality was a calculated fraud that directly targeted her. When the final results were announced, Chaeyeon placed 12th, the very last spot in the project group I-Zone. The narrative pushed by the show was that she barely scraped by, lucky to be there. However, during the police investigations into the vote-rigging scandal, it was revealed that her ranking had been manipulated. The producers, attempting to hide their manipulation of other trainees' ranks, purposefully dropped Chaeyeon down to 12th place. In reality, she had ranked much higher, likely 5th or 6th, based on actual public votes. She wasn't just a victim of a rigged system. She was used as a scapegoat to make the fraudulent results look organic. For years, she had to perform under the label of the last place member, carrying a stigma that was fabricated by corrupt producers, all while being legally bound by contracts to stay silent about the truth. This manipulation set the tone for a career plagued by unfair public perception. Before the rigging scandal even broke, Chaeyeon had already faced years of rejection. She was a contestant on JP's survival show 16, which formed the group twice, but was eliminated early. A significant piece of context often discussed by industry observers is the rumored dynamic between her and her younger sister Chaeryeong, who is now a member of ITZY. Reports and rumors have long suggested that JYP Entertainment informed the sisters that they would not be allowed to debut in the same group. Faced with this ultimatum, Chaeyeon, the older sister, made the difficult decision to leave the company, effectively sacrificing her own debut timeline to clear the path for her sister. This moment of sacrifice highlights the personal stakes behind her later appearance on Produce 48. She wasn't just fighting for fame. She was fighting for a career that had already been derailed by corporate politics and family loyalty. Following the disbandment of I-Zone, the struggles did not end. They evolved into financial and professional instability. In a candid video on her YouTube channel, Chaeyeon admitted that after the group's activities ceased, she had no income and was forced to live off her savings. This is a stark reality for many idol group members who find themselves in limbo after project groups end. While some members secured immediate solo deals or acting roles, Chaeyeon faced a quiet period where the industry seemed unsure of where to place her. This financial anxiety was compounded by her decision to join the Minette dance competition Street Woman Fighter. This move was controversial from the start. The show featured professional dance crews and street dancers who had spent their lives battling in the underground scene. When Chaeyeon entered as an idol, the reception from both the contestants and the public was hostile. She was labeled overrated and accused of taking a spot from more deserving professional dancers. The criticism wasn't just about her dance style. It was a personal attack on her identity as an idol in a space reserved for real artists. The pressure was visible on screen, with Chaeyeon breaking down in tears as her confidence was systematically torn down by the competitive environment and online hate. The physical toll of this relentless schedule soon manifested in a way that threatened her career entirely. In late 2024, Chaeyeon announced that she was suffering from a serious back injury. This wasn't a minor strain. It was a condition that required her to stop dancing for months. For an artist whose primary identity is dance, this was a critical blow. She shared updates on social media, but the silence from the stage was deafening. During this period, her relationship with her agency, WM Entertainment, became a topic of scrutiny. WM, the company behind Oh My Girl and ONF, had been acquired by RBW Rainbow Bridge World. Following the acquisition, a restructuring occurred and Chaeyeon eventually parted ways with the label. Whether it was a termination or a contract expiration, the timing was disastrous. Fans speculated that the company was unable or unwilling to support an injured dancer through a long recovery period. The narrative was bleak: a talented performer robbed of her rightful rank, bullied on reality TV, and now physically unable to do the one thing she excelled at. However, the story took a turn that forced the public to reevaluate their perception of her. After a period of recovery, Chaeyeon made a comeback that addressed not just her music but her physical reality. In a refreshing break from the industry's silence on cosmetic procedures, she openly discussed undergoing a hair transplant on a radio show. This admission was significant. K-pop idols are notorious for damaging their hair through frequent bleaching and styling, yet almost no one admits to medical intervention. By speaking out, she dismantled the illusion of effortless perfection. It was a move that humanized her, showing that she was willing to undergo painful medical procedures to maintain her confidence and her image on her own terms. This transparency was rare, especially considering the strict image control most agencies enforce. Her return to the stage with her EP showcased a resilience that the industry had tried to break. The choreography for her title track was complex and physically demanding, proving that her back injury had not ended her capabilities. She utilized the entire stage, delivering performances that fans argued were some of the best in the genre. The release was not just a musical project, it was a statement on her survival. She had writing credits on the tracks, showing an involvement in the creative process that went beyond just being a performer. The emotional weight of her journey, from the rigged votes of Produce 48 to the harsh criticism on Street Woman Fighter to the fear of a career-ending injury, culminated in a moment of visible emotion on music shows. When she teared up during an encore stage, it wasn't scripted fan service. It was the reaction of an artist who had navigated a minefield of industry politics, financial instability, and physical pain, and had somehow managed to land on her feet. Lee Chaeyeon's career is a testament to the harsh realities of the K-pop system, where talent is often overshadowed by manipulation, and survival is the only victory that matters.